Welcome, dear learners. Today, you are about to explore a quiet power that most people overlook, even though it shapes their entire life. It does not shine like success, it does not speak loudly like motivation, and it does not appear suddenly like luck. Instead, it moves silently through every moment, guiding actions, shaping habits, and deciding outcomes. This is not a story about a person, but about a hidden force that exists within every situation, waiting to be understood and used. If you follow this story carefully, you may begin to notice something that has always been there, but never fully seen. Imagine a world where every moment offers a choice, but most of these choices happen so quickly that they feel invisible. A small delay, a quick reaction, a simple decision to act or not to act. These seem unimportant at first. But what if these tiny moments are actually the foundation of everything? What if success and failure are not created in big dramatic events, but in these small, repeated decisions? There is something hidden inside these moments, something that decides whether actions follow comfort or purpose. And once this is understood, everything begins to change. In the beginning, this force feels almost impossible to notice. It appears only as a brief pause, a tiny space between feeling and action. When something difficult appears, there is a natural reaction to avoid it. When something easy appears, there is a strong pull toward it. This is the normal pattern, and it happens automatically. But within this automatic reaction, there is a moment, a very small moment, where a different choice is possible. Most of the time, this moment is ignored, and the automatic path is followed without question. As time moves forward, patterns begin to repeat. Easy choices bring quick comfort but create hidden pressure for the future. Difficult choices bring temporary discomfort, but slowly build strength. At first, these results are not very clear. Comfort feels good, so it seems right. Effort feels uncomfortable, so it seems wrong. But slowly, over many repeated moments, the truth becomes visible. The easy path often leads to stress, regret, and lack of control, while the difficult path creates stability, confidence, and progress. The force behind this difference does not act loudly. It does not push or demand. Instead, it offers a quiet suggestion. It asks a simple question again and again. What is the right action in this moment? This question is not always comfortable. It requires honesty, awareness, and sometimes courage. It asks for a choice that may not feel good immediately, but will matter in the long run. And because it is quiet, it is easy to ignore. At first, ignoring this question seems harmless. Nothing serious happens. A delay here, a shortcut there, a small moment of avoidance. These feel normal. But slowly, these small choices begin to connect. They form habits, and these habits begin to shape outcomes. Without noticing, control starts to weaken. Decisions become reactive instead of intentional, and life begins to feel less directed and more random. However, something interesting happens when the question is answered, even once. When attention is given to that small moment and a conscious choice is made, the experience feels different. There is a slight resistance, a feeling of effort, but also a sense of clarity. The action may not be easy, but it feels right. And after it is done, there is a quiet satisfaction, not loud excitement, but a deep sense of control. When this happens again and again, a change begins. The small pause becomes easier to notice. The question becomes clearer, and the ability to choose begins to grow. What once felt difficult starts to feel natural. The force that was once silent and weak begins to feel steady and reliable. It becomes a guide instead of a distant idea. But the path is not perfect. There are moments when distractions take over. Easy entertainment, quick rewards, and constant noise pull attention away from awareness. In these moments, the pause disappears, and automatic habits return. It may feel like all progress is lost, but this is not true. The force does not disappear. It simply waits. This waiting is one of its most powerful qualities. It does not judge failure. It does not punish mistakes. It remains patient, ready to return the moment it is noticed again. This means that no matter how many times it is ignored, it can always be used again. The only requirement is awareness. As understanding grows, a deeper realization appears. The struggle is not against difficulty, but against unconscious action. Most problems are not created by challenges, but by reacting without thinking. When awareness is present, even difficult situations become manageable. When awareness is absent, even simple tasks become overwhelming. The small pause between feeling and action becomes the most valuable space. In that space, emotions can be observed instead of followed. Urges can be questioned instead of obeyed. Choices can be made with intention instead of habit. And in that space, real control exists. This control does not mean removing emotions or avoiding difficulty. It means working with them, understanding them, and choosing actions carefully. It means feeling the pull of comfort but not being controlled by it. It means noticing resistance but not running away from it. It means acting with purpose, even when it is not easy. Over time, this practice creates a powerful effect. Actions become more consistent. Decisions become clearer. Energy is used more effectively. Instead of wasting effort on regret and delay, it is directed toward progress. Life begins to feel less chaotic and more organized, not because the outside world changes, but because the inner response becomes stable. There is also a change in how challenges are seen. Instead of being obstacles, they become opportunities to strengthen control. Each difficult moment becomes a chance to practice awareness. Each uncomfortable feeling becomes a signal, not a barrier. This shift changes everything. What once felt like pressure now feels like training. Patience plays an important role in this process. The results of self-control are not immediate. They build slowly through repeated actions. Many give up because they expect quick change. But true control grows quietly, becoming stronger over time. Like building strength in the body, it requires repetition, effort, and consistency. Another important change happens in identity. With each intentional choice, a message is created. This is who I am becoming. These messages build a sense of self that is strong and stable. Instead of being defined by moods or situations, identity becomes based on consistent actions. And this creates confidence, not loud confidence, but a calm, steady belief in the ability to handle whatever comes. This confidence does not depend on success or failure. It comes from knowing that effort will be made, that awareness will be used, and that choices will be intentional. It creates a sense of independence where control is not given to circumstances but kept within. At its core, the force behind all of this has a simple name: self-control. But its simplicity often hides its power. It is not about restriction or force. It is about awareness and choice. It is about creating a space between impulse and action and using that space wisely. Self-control does not remove difficulty from life. Instead, it makes it possible to face difficulty without losing direction. It does not make everything easy, but it makes everything manageable. It turns confusion into clarity and reaction into intention. In the end, the secret is not something new. It has always been present in every moment, in every decision. It has been ignored, forgotten, and misunderstood. But once it is seen clearly, it becomes impossible to ignore completely. So the next time a choice appears, no matter how small, remember the quiet pause. Notice the question. Take a moment before acting. Because in that small moment lies a powerful ability, the ability to guide actions, shape habits, and create a life of intention. And that is the true secret of self-control.